Good morning, small players, and happy Monday. Happy last week of September. This is our last chance to make sure that we close the month green, and we're gonna definitely take advantage of it, right? Let's get that spirit on this morning. The first stock on the scanner is AVCT. This stock has been popping up quite often in the past few months. The problem is that now it's a little cheaper, so just not my favorite type of trade, but it has a big level on 50 cents. Let's see if it ever got above there this morning. No, not yet. Okay, so it's approaching that level, as we can see on the daily chart, all of these rejections here in that area. So if we break above that, we could start squeezing out some shorts for a move towards, let's see what the next levels right here, this double bottom. 69, and then obviously 1 is a big psychological number, so let's set an alert for break above 69 also, and then obviously 1, so we can do that. Okay, so now for on the intraday level, it was a mover on Friday, so they're technically a second day run, and we discussed this often. Second day runners are harder for longs, easier for short bias traders, and they are sort of taking control. They're having trouble holding 38 because long bias traders have been picking up support there. So a safer short might be break below 36 for a move towards 35. 33.50 and then 32, and then break above 32 would be a separate short because that's the double bottom low of day. For longs, it's a little tricky again because it's the second in runner. I'm going to send alert for break above 42 to clear this double top for a move towards 50. Before that, I'm not so interested. It's trying to bottom out here, but it's tested this level so many times, and then VWAP has resistance going directly into it. EMA 20 is pressing above it, so just not so interested. This is EMA 200. If it gives a bounce there or on 36, that could be a good reversal trade to VWAP. Otherwise, I'll wait for break above 42. The next one is RDHL, another penny stock on the scanner. Penny stocks are not my absolute favorite, but some days they have a lot of momentum, and it's hard to ignore them. Oftentimes though, there's enough stocks that are a little bit higher in range that I can avoid them, but other times not so much. So here there's a lot of rejections here on the 66. I'm going to set an alert for break above that area. VWAP is descending, so potentially move break above VWAP could be a trade because all of these rejections on 66 are technically VWAP rejection, but this one scares me, so I'd rather probably just wait for that. I'm also going to set an alert for break above 75 for another day or today. If we don't like the volume action before that, we could trade a break above that. Otherwise, it's trying to find the bottom on 6 here, which was previously a double bottom area. The third test of that level, not my favorite, although it's technically second test on this EMA 200. Similar problem to the other stock. The EMA 20 is like right next to it. However, this is a first day runner, so long bias traders could be a little more excited to buy supports. So for short bias traders, I would wait for a clear breakout below this EMA 20 for a move towards 55, or break below 55 for a move towards 50 and 47. For longs, I'd wait for break above that 60, or bounce on 55 could be a reversal trade. And then if there's no volume here or no clear action, we can wait for break above high of day. While we were talking, this one popped up on scanner, ISPC. Okay, here, what is this level 2? Okay, so we can set an alert for a break above 250, which is sort of this double top area plus VWAP. That is a clear trade to 260 and 265. 260 has a very big resistance. You see these 3 rejections there, so break above 260 could help start a squeeze. So we could potentially trade VWAP to 259 sell and then re-enter and break above 260, or take partial profits depending, on the trading style and the trader trading it. Both are valid. For shorts, this picked up Friday after hours, but technically, it's the first day trading in the regular session. So this break below VWAP is a valid short to 2.4, and then what is this? 235 and 230. And then maybe break below 2.2 for a move towards 2, and then break below 2 for a move towards 1.6. For longs, like we said, break above VWAP. ATCO, I sent an alert here earlier for break above 14.5 because it has this very clear flat top area. The volume is very low, so it might not do anything today, but who knows, maybe this level will be useful to us a different day. And not a lot of levels to work with for profit taking, but we can do 65, 75, and using that analogy or that pattern, we can also say 1485 as the third profit taking. Alternatively, this area 1435-ish looks like it was support, but right now it's sort of in no man's land between EMA 20 and it's been tested many times. So alternatively, we can trade a bounce on EMA 20 for a move towards VWAP. For shorts, this just doesn't have enough volume right now to figure out whether it could be a short trade or provide opportunities. But break below this EMA 20 line could be a short to 14. Then we have PLSE. I like this chart. I saw it earlier. The problem is the volume's too low, so this one might not do anything today, but I'm going to set an alert for break above this 185 area because it was resistance on this candle, and then I was watching it earlier when it broke above VWAP, and it found a lot of rejection there. So we know shorts are there, so we can set an alert for break above that, even if it's for a different day. The volume is very low, so I won't spend too much time talking about it. Let me see. SPPI is a stock that we traded on Friday. This one, a break above 46 could trigger a squeeze. It's not on scanner right now, so shorts are in control. That would be a squeeze area, probably for another day. For short bias traders, there is a support here on 42, right? A lot of these bottoms, and then here, so that's technically a double bottom. So I'd wait for break below that for a short, or even be more patient and wait 50 cents or 50 halves of a cent below 41.50 for a short. Excuse me. We talked about this on Friday. Some of these very cheap stocks might not make sense to be shorted because you have to pay locate fees. This range is not enough. But we're just talking here about levels, right? And then once you determine how to take the trade, you take that into consideration. And if the fees are too high and they don't justify the trade, then you don't take it. But that's technically how it works with the levels. LITM was a great trade for us on Friday. We traded it the whole day pretty much. That's why we have all these levels. Now I'm going to clear the chart. Very obviously right now, shorts have taken control. It looks like they're starting to cover here on 260. And then what is the bottom here in this candle? 285. Okay, so I'm going to set an alert for break above 285. That could start the squeeze for a long trade, and then obviously break above 3. So those would be the long trades for short squeezes. And then, these areas for profit taking. For short trades, we could wait for break above 260 for a move towards 250 and 240, and then 240 is the low of the day, so then break below that would be a separate trade to 23, 22, etc. Otherwise, different short, shorts also trade rejection, so if it moves towards 285 and rejects it, that's a short trade. For a move back to VWAP, EMA 20, and then 260. I'm going to remove this from watch list because I put the alerts for what I'm interested in. NAOV doesn't have volume actually, so I'm just going to ignore it, and all the other ones from Friday don't look like they have volume. I want to see if I have the levels for Sava, because this one, even though it doesn't have volume pre-market, knows to pop up later in the day and surprise us. So I want to be ready for those levels for squeeze this. Okay, remove that. And then let's take a look at the NASDAQ. The market's been crazy for the past couple of trading days with all the, inflation news and then the Fed speaking, etc. So we have a lot of bottoms here in this area. What is this? 273.15 and then 273.50. Okay. So I would look for TQQ trades. I would look for bounces between 273.50 and 15. That area, could find support. A bounce there is a valid trade to VWAP 274.55, and then 275.65 area. I would set an alert for break above 276 for a breakout TQQ trade. For SQQQ, rejection on 276 is a valid trade to VWAP, and then break below 273.15 is a valid trade to 272. And that's it. I'm actually going to set an alert for the low there also, at or below. And that's it, you guys. I'll see you in the chat room.